Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Tuesday, the 10th day of May, 2022, Tuesday of the fourth week of Easter. It is the 24th day of Easter. I was not here yesterday, and then Sunday I forgot to do the recording, so we missed 2 days, but back in Raleigh. Now I was traveling a little bit for Mother's Day, and so now back in Raleigh to begin to continue picking up on these morning reflections. On this Tuesday of the fourth week of Easter, again, the fourth Sunday of Easter has just passed by, Good Shepherd Sunday. Always Good Shepherd Sunday in our church's calendar every Easter season, every year that we celebrate. We hit the halfway mark of Sundays of Easter. We are almost approaching, this is the 24th day of Easter, we are approaching tomorrow, the 25th and halfway point in our Easter celebration. This morning, coming to you from one of our many honeysuckle plants that we have here on the campus of St. Francis of Assisi. Their sweet and wonderful smell is still permeating the campus. I think they're a little bit past prime, but you can still come and smell the sweetness of the honeysuckle, which is kind of a nice part again of our experience here on the campus of St. Francis of Assisi. In today's readings, first reading from Acts, still the narrative continues. Again, persecutions after the death of Stephen still compel the people, the early Christians, the missionaries, the disciples, to go out and to proclaim the good news that Christ is risen from the dead, and the message of Christ, that there is hope and that there is life even in the midst of despair and torment and sadness. And again, that is proven by the fact that the persecutions and the death of Stephen and whatever pains and anxieties the early Christian community experienced or felt does not stop them from being able to keep proclaiming the fact that Christ is risen and that human history has entered into a new course, a new understanding of itself. Something always, again, that goes along with the idea that death brings way to life in our belief in our understanding as Christians. Death is not an end. Death does not stop anything, but the power of life continues in its many ways and many shapes and many forms which it takes. In this reading, we hear of Barnabas, one of the first of the major missionaries to spread the good news. He goes to various cities in the Eastern Mediterranean, finds the faith already there, and is very pleased, again, that some nameless people have brought the faith to these cities, and it's continued to blossom and continue to grow. He then goes to Tarsus, where Paul, as Saul, has returned. So far, he hasn't changed his name yet, after his experience on that road to Damascus, and he's sort of recuperating there. He enlists Paul's help, and now they begin to go forth together to spread this good news. The first city they go to is Antioch, and in Antioch they basically lay the seeds for the growth of the great Christian community, ancient Christian community that established itself in Antioch. And as the scripture says, it is in Antioch that the first followers of Jesus of Nazareth were known or become known as Christians. So, again, in the midst of all of this despair and all of this tragedy, persecution, and even the death of many other people besides Stephen, the gospel is still able to take root. With this first reading today, we have the Gospel of John that continues with Jesus going up to the temple for the Feast of Dedication, and the Pharisees and scribes basically demanding a sign, demanding proof that he is the Christ or he isn't. Just tell us if you are, you aren't. And Jesus doesn't work with proofs. And that's something important to witness. Again, this is a continuation of the many Good Shepherd discourses that happen in all the Gospels and now in the Gospel of John. And it is, as we heard this past Sunday, it's about hearing and believing. It is about witnessing and not about proofs. We could give thousands of proofs that God exists, and people will not believe them because they'll always want more and more and more. A proof can only go so far. It is our witness. It is our witness to love and forgiveness. It is our witness to mercy and understanding. It is our witness to generosity and harmony that show that indeed God exists, that God lives, and that Christ lives because he is risen from the dead. If we keep trying to prove that God exists, we will end up frustrating ourselves and perhaps end up failing, because God is beyond proof. It is simply, though, our witness to be able to do as Christ said, to love one another with all that we are and to never give up on that ability to love one another. It is what God asks us. It is what Easter tries to remind us again and again and give us the courage to be able to do. As we continue now moving into the second half of this Easter season, may our ability to love give constant witness to the life of Christ that Easter brings, that dwells within us. A blessed Easter, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord continue to give you his peace.